could just sit, I could just sit and wait for all your goodness, hope to feel your presence, and I could just stay, I could just stay.
Hi, my name is Kevin Barclift. My wife Corey and I have felt the call of God to start a new work in Waycross. We look forward to what God's going to do in our lives and the lives of those around us. So Jesus had just found out that his cousin had been brutally murdered at the hands of Herod. And he stepped aside so that he could try to get a few moments in solitude where he could grieve, he could mourn, and he could spend some time trying to heal. But the people saw him depart and they followed him. They came after him and they said they wanted to hear more about what Jesus had to say. And so as they came and they approached, it would have been perfectly acceptable for Jesus to say, "Look, please step aside. I need some time to heal." But he chose to have compassion on them. He began to heal their sick. He began to teach them. He began to meet their needs. Well, as the afternoon approached, the people began to get hungry. The disciples, they came to him and they said, "Hey, Jesus, we should send the people away. The people are hungry. They need some lodging. They need some place to sleep tonight and some food to eat." But Jesus told them, "Don't send them away." And then he said these words that have stuck with me over time. He said, "You give them something to eat." Now, the disciples had to have been confused. They were probably thinking, "Jesus, you're the miracle maker. You're the one who heals the sick. You're the one who feeds the hungry. Why are you telling us to feed them?" But what Jesus wanted to do is he wanted the disciples to be obedient with what he had given them. So the disciples came to him. They brought 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And they said, "This is all we have." The phrase Jesus said was, "You go feed them." That phrase hit me because I think oftentimes we'll say, "Jesus, this person needs this," or "Jesus, there's a need over here." And we expect Jesus to do it when he's telling us, "You go feed them." He allows us to be his hands. He allows us to be his feet so that we can do a lot with the little we have. If we try things on our own, we are going to fail. We must give what we have to Jesus. But see, what's great about this story is it doesn't end here. Jesus broke the bread, broke the fish, and began to feed the 5,000. He passed out the bread and he passed out the fish, and people were eating and they were full. And when it was all said and done, there was a plethora of leftovers, 12 basketfuls to be complete. Now, I believe that God wants to do something big and great in Ware County. And like the 5,000, I believe there are physical and spiritual needs that need to be taking place in our community. And I believe the church is responsible and needs to step up and meet these needs. First off, if we look at the spiritual side, only 20% of the people in Ware County attend worship services on a weekly basis. That means 4 out of 5 people do not attend church on a weekly basis. Now, when it comes to physical needs, about 25% of the people in Ware County live at the poverty level or below. And to take it one step further, about 32.5% of children in Ware County live at the poverty level. That means 1 in 3 children live in poverty in our community. So what is the church doing, and what can the church do to meet the needs of the people? So again, it's easy for us to say, "Jesus, can't you do something?" But let me ask you this. Do you think it's possible that Jesus is saying to you, "You feed the people, you give them something to eat"? It may be possible that he's asking you to do something that may be out of your comfort zone. And I believe that God wants us to look for the spiritual and the physical needs of the people around us and to meet those. People often ask, why plant a church? And I can give you 3 reasons why we plant churches. First off, people need Jesus. If we believe John 14:6 that says that Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but through me. If we believe that, then we need to show people Jesus. The second reason is the New Testament is full of people planting churches. From the stoning of Stephen, the church was scattered, and churches began to be planted. And the third reason we need to plant churches is because the church's purpose is to multiply. We know through the Great Commission that our job is to tell people about Jesus. And if we do that, the church will multiply. And if we're faithful to what God wants us to do, He is going to do big and great things. I believe there's a need for people to step up and meet the spiritual and the physical needs of the people in our community. Will you be a part of that? Many people ask me, where's the church going to be located? Well, we hope it's going to be located in the middle of Waycross, but there's a process involved in that. Right now, we're working on putting together a team of people that will be part of the leadership of the church. After that, we'll begin to meet and come together as a group, and then eventually we'll be starting worship services once a month, and then after that, of course, our weekly services. So it is a process, but we look forward to what God's going to do through it. The vision statement of our new church is to grow in our faith and exemplify it with our lives. If you would like to find out more information about our new church, please email me at kpbarclift@gmail.com.
You have called me higher, you have called me deeper, and I'll go where you will lead me, Lord. You have called me higher, you have called me deeper, and I'll go where you will lead me, Lord. Will you lead me? You lead me.
But instead, he looked at the people, he saw they had needs, and he began to meet them. Why did I say that? I was going good, and I just said that. So the disciples came to him with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He brought them to him. Fishes, that's not it. So the disciples brought him. What did I just say? I'm trying to think where.
That my mom wears combat boots.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where. Let me look at my thing real quick. We'll get right back at it. We got this. So